Welcome to the Millennials podcast. This is podcast what number?
Number 4.
Number 4.
You guys did one while I was gone.
Joe's back in town. Like I said, I have to correct myself.
10 weeks?
10 weeks.
It was a
I
quick
said
10
said
weeks.
you were going for a 10-week hiking trip at the end of the last one, and I didn't even notice. And then the Luke, who was with me, didn't say anything, so he
about a
obviously
fifth of
wasn't
that.
listening. Yes. How long were you out there for?
So Pictured Rocks camping. I was only there for 7 days.
Yeah.
6 nights, so just a week. But then I bummed around Marquette for a week as well, so it's kind of like camping.
Yeah.
But not as
Where'd you
extreme.
camp at in Marquette?
In Marquette,
Was it like
kind of all over, man.
You didn't stay in one place the whole time?
No. I didn't want to stay in one place at the one time.
Right.
I'd sleep on the beach. I'd go like all of these public places that you're definitely not supposed to be camping.
Yeah. For sure.
Just because I didn't have a house, I didn't have a place to sleep. I leased my place out, and so I would just wherever I could find. Really, I would like go on Google Maps and just look at Marquette and look for just giant parts where there's just trees. That's all I'd look for. Where there are
You would
trees.
just go on Google Maps?
Yeah, I go on Google Maps. I'm like, all right, there's a nice bushel of trees
Look at
right
all
here.
that green.
That's where I'm gonna go sleep tonight.
There's not going to be too many people.
But
right
dude,
there.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
I would,
What did you do for food?
for food?
Yeah, like
I
I know when you went backpacking, you had backpacking food, right?
Yeah,
But when you were done, you were out of backpacking food. What'd you do?
yeah. So backpacking food is not the healthiest food, at least when I packed.
Yeah.
You know, it's all prepackaged. It's all packed.
What'd you
with
have?
Sodium for backpacking.
Yeah.
Like tuna fish and those the plastic
Meyer
pouches.
ones?
The Meyer ones.
Tuna fish. I don't know. No, we used to have those ones from Meyer that we used to when we worked at Meyer a long time ago.
yeah, in the cans, or it's
Yeah.
like tuna salad.
Or yeah.
No, it was just
Not like
regular tuna in like the pouches. It's just like a can of tuna, but it's in a pouch.
Right.
So it's not heavy.
That's cool.
It's lighter. What are you smiling about, man?
Nothing.
You just happy I'm home?
Yeah, I'm just happy, man.
Oh.
I'm just happy you're here.
Cool. But dude, I
offended.
absolutely love the microphone.
Yeah.
It's changing the game. We got
I know it, dude.
headphones
It
and
sounds so much better.
it sounds really good.
It
man.
sounds a lot better.
It's-
We're trying to get the two going, but we got to get an audio interface.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of shit that goes along with just all of this stuff.
Yeah,
With podcasting, with making a show, like there's so much stuff you can get.
it's great, man.
It's
Love
really
it.
exciting.
Yes.
I didn't know nothing about technology, and I'm starting to learn a lot
Which
more.
is just what I wanted, man.
That's good.
Yeah, and I left for a while, and you just had to do it yourself and
Yeah.
figure things out.
I'm probably a lot slower than you are still at editing. I mean, I've put in a lot of hours, but like I saw that video that you created of your trip,
Yeah,
and it's so goddamn good.
really? You like it that much?
It's like really that would take me a long time to create that. Like I wouldn't. You probably have an eye for it. You're like you got the touch, on Filmora or whatever.
For sure. I figured it out.
Mhm.
Figured out like there's like commands you can push on the keyboard. And
Right.
shit like that makes it a lot quicker.
It takes
But
me a long time to do like something like that. It would take me quite a bit.
It's just practice, man.
Just get used to it.
Just getting used to it.
Yeah.
Just like anything. But back to talking about food, like on the backpacking
Yeah.
trip. Those tuna packets, those were all right. I'm not really.
I don't like
I don't
tuna,
like tuna
man.
that
I'm not a
much,
huge
but-
tuna guy.
We brought these flatbreads, me and Nikki, sister, and we just throw shit in there all the time. We cooked 2 pounds of bacon before we went out there. So the night
Oh,
before,
there you
we cooked
go.
a ton of bacon, and this bacon lasted us till the 7th day,
Yeah.
and it was still tasting good.
Yeah.
Which kind of blew my mind.
You cooked it before you went out there?
Yeah. So just the night before,
Yeah.
we threw it all in the oven and made sure it was nice and crispy.
In the oven. Oh, you didn't
Mhm.
fry it up or anything?
No.
So you kind of
Yeah.
dried it out, made it kind of like, was it kind of like jerky in a
Yeah,
way?
yeah, for
Okay.
sure. We tried to cook it all the way through because of bacon's the best when it's like a little bit raw. I love that
I
shit.
can't stop smiling right now. This is just so weird, man. Like,
Back in the studio.
oh man, it feels so incredible. It feels really good.
Yeah,
It feels really
feels
good.
right.
It feels right.
Cheers.
Dude, what was that? Oh, that just reminded me of something.
Oh, you can't drink out of that. It's your spinner.
Cheers, I'll spit in it.
Feels incredible.
It was Wim Hof. when Wim Hof was on Rogan's podcast,
Mm.
he was like, they got a beer, they got beers, and Wim Hof kept saying cheers. I swear to God, he said it like 3 times to Joe Rogan, and they did it like 3 times.
Really? That's funny,
He was
dude.
so excited to have a beer with Joe.
That's awesome, man.
That guy,
Just completed everything, just having a beer with somebody.
yeah,
That's what it seemed like, huh?
he was just really pumped. Like he just kept asking. They asked him if he wanted coffee, and he wanted beer. You could tell. That guy really started. I was realizing the other day that like I'm like getting into like working out and like getting used to like not being comfortable and stuff like that. And that went over to like lifting weights and stuff like that. And I'm like, where did this start? Because like
this is discomfort.
7-8 months ago,
pushing
man,
yourself.
I fucking was not doing this at all. And
A creature of comfort.
yeah, I really was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of it started with Wim Hof when you showed me him
Same thing with me, man.
in a way.
Like, I could always sleep in different places like that on the floor, camping,
Right.
just be a little bit cold and still push myself through the night. But Wim Hof really changed things for me.
I just, yeah,
In like regards to the cold, especially.
yeah.
Like, I would be outside like ice fishing, like so cold. I have like 4 coats on. I'm like, fucking Wim Hof would be out here in nothing but his swimsuit. He'd be in the water, like right next to me.
Yeah, just
That I'm
hanging out.
fishing out of. He'd just be like crawling out of it.
He'd be talking
His
to you.
his eyes would be frozen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes you like when you have that idea in your head already, it gives your mind that extra push. When you know
does.
there's other people that are doing way more than you.
Extreme. Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me feel like a pussy. I'm like, I shouldn't be colder now. It's just in my head.
Yeah. Well,
Just
you
have to
should
get
be
over it.
cold, but you should be able to deal with it.
You should be able to identify it and be like, am I really cold?
Right.
Do I really have to throw on another layer?
Yeah.
That's something I dealt with backpacking too.
Did you guys you didn't get cold on this trip?
Oh, so many times. man.
Really?
Sleeping?
Yeah, that's true.
The
at night.
first 3 or 4 nights, I hardly slept.
Yeah.
Hardly slept. We were not prepared at all for camp or sleeping. I mean, Nikki had a winter bag, and she was not prepared as well. Like, I only brought 2 coats. I brought that nice wool, like brown one that I could wear in like 20, 30 degrees and be fine.
Yeah.
And a sweatshirt. No, I didn't bring a sweatshirt. I brought that, a flannel, and then like a thermal like underneath. So that was my only coats or my only layers.
Yeah.
Not a windbreaker or anything like that. But anyways, we'd be going to bed, and first day, Nikki had her windbreaker, but it was like a raincoat, and it had like the cotton lining on the inside, like those really shitty raincoats that get soaked whenever it rains. And we're out there for 5 hours, and it started pouring, and everything got wet.
Really.
Yeah, like everything we had on the outside of our packs. My shoes were soaked. I had Austin's like Keens that can get wet. You can walk barefoot.
What are they called?
Keens, it's just a brand
Of what?
of shoes.
Of shoes. Okay.
Yeah. They're like all elastic.
Hiking.
You've seen those. His toes are exposed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like waterproof.
Okay, yeah.
And your feet get wet and shit. You can walk through mud and
Okay.
just wash them off. But I was wearing those, and those were good. But yeah, we were all wet, and so we're going to bed that night. And luckily, we like packed away our clothes for sleeping, like in Meyer bags inside our packs, just in case they got wet.
Yeah.
And so all of our clothes to sleep in were dry, but we didn't have enough clothes to sleep in.
Oh no.
Yeah, and Nikki was in a hammock, which you're exposed underneath, and she had no sleeping pad. I thought she packed one, but we had one in the back room. She just forgot it. She
Yeah.
forgot a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So like the whole time, I just have this one flannel, and I gave her my wool brown coat, and she's wearing that the whole time because she had no coats.
Yeah.
She brought 2 coats and like some sweatshirts.
Yeah.
But
That's like a big obstacle to get through. That's like a huge point of going out there is everything going wrong and you sticking with it and you
For sure.
maneuvering it.
for sure,
I know like when we went camping on the Isabel.
Rainbow Bend.
No, you weren't with us this time.
Oh really?
No, it was I think it was my dad and my sister and Nikki.
Oh,
our sisters
you
were-
guys had to pack up.
Yeah, we had one of those tents that was the wall tent, and what ended up happening, we were sleeping and there was a big rainstorm and like our roof got caved in with water, and we're like in the middle of sleeping and like water's just just coming. Like,
pouring on you.
I don't think it was pouring on us when we were sleeping. I think what woke
like-
us up was the thunder, and my
Mm.
dad was like, "We're getting out of here." So like we left in the middle of the storm at like 5 in the morning, and drove into town and like went to a diner, and then we came back to the campsite, and that's when the water really just took over the tent, and we looked in there, and like our sleeping bags, all our
It was
clothes,
just
all our
wet.
bags just fucking wet. And
You had your
just
car right there though.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. So we just went home. We did.
Just leave all your tent and sleeping bags there. Like,
No,
fuck that shit.
yeah, we should have. When we packed all the wet shit up and just threw it in the back of the car and just went home.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But if you're out in the middle of the woods, dude, that's not an option.
No.
You
You gotta
gotta,
deal with it, man. You
gotta-
gotta be really careful about getting your stuff wet. That's like #1 priority.
yeah.
Don't get your pack wet.
Well, I think a lot of it was that tent. That tent's not good for.
That tent sucks, man.
Those kind of
it's
tents
big
aren't-
and spacious, but it's
they're
not
not-
what you want when
That's
you're
not
out
what
there,
you want when you're going for a long hike or when you're just
Mm-mm.
when you're outside. You don't need that. What's the point?
Yeah,
What do you need all that space for? I don't.
you don't. You
Yeah.
just walk around and sit in your campsite. And it was like, there were some really nice campsites where they had benches you could sit at and
Yeah.
cook and shit like that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So you guys were gone for 7 days, right?
Yep.
7-day hike,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that the meal that you got when you came back
Oh,
was better than the first meal you had after your like what 36 hour.
3-day.
What was it? How long was it? 72-hour fasting,
Mhm.
and then you ate. It was better than that.
It was way better than that. It was after fasting, I came back and I got Mexican. It's like greasy,
Yeah.
and I was drinking Coke.
Yeah.
And I kind of lost my appetite after just eating chips and having Coke.
Yeah.
And just not eating for 72 hours, you don't really have an appetite anyways.
Right,
like
right.
You can't eat much. So we were eating a bunch, like when we were camping, we were eating tons of food.
Yeah.
We packed good food. And that was like one of the things I made sure, because we're gonna be meals, we're out there in cold, we need some good hot food to look forward
You
to.
want to have fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so she's taking us back. Ashley, my cousin, picked us up. We're coming back to town. She's like, "You want to go to Red Lobster?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah.
She was gonna pay for us, and like,
Yeah.
we were planning on. We were actually searching for morels, like the mushrooms, while we were hiking.
Okay.
Those are like really tasty. And we're trying to find those, and we're gonna cook those with steak. That was our original plan. We're gonna buy steaks, cook that at home with asparagus.
Oh,
and-
that would have been good too.
yeah. But anyways, we go to Red Lobster, and there's like this 5 different entrees, not entrees, but 5 different plates they bring out to you: soup, salad.
Hmm.
You got the rolls, which are fucking delicious,
Yeah.
like garlicky, like butter shit they put on there. But anyways, I'm looking at this menu. I'm just flipping through it, and it's just like everything's just blowing my mind, like how different it is and how radically like just I wasn't used to anything.
What you could have.
Yeah, but like, just looking at this menu, I'm like, what the fuck? Look at all this delicious food. I haven't seen any of it in so long. And it was just like
7
weird
days.
that in 20 minutes this could be in my belly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just flipping through it and like I could pick anything.
Yeah.
And we got the 5 meal thing, and I was looking at like the shrimp and steak. And they're like cutting the steak on the menu and shit. My
Yeah.
mouth is literally watering.
Yeah.
I was getting goosebumps every page.
For real.
For real.
Oh my
It was
God.
insane, dude. My mouth was I almost was like drooling on the menu. Like seriously.
Jesus
It
Christ.
was just so much like euphoric emotions going over me, like on this ride back home. Like we just traveled from Munising to Marquette, which is just as long as I hiked in the 7 days. We were there in like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So we just tracked 50 minutes in a car that took me a week.
Yeah.
And then I see all this delicious food, and I'm warm and I'm inside. There's all these like old fucks in wheelchairs like going around,
Just fucking-
like little chihuahuas and shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is so radically different than nature.
Right.
Like, they would never survive out there.
Mm-hmm.
And just how we've overcome that. And just looking at this menu, my mouth's just watering.
It was really interesting. It brings me reminds me of you think about like a lot of times people will say it's better now because of our modern societies. We're not hunting and gathering. That everybody right now, like you ask you, like if it was hunting and gathering, most of us would die.
Mhm.
Like if like the whole world got transformed, back.
If we were Spartans, even.
Even Spartans,
Yeah.
but even further back, if you were a hunter and gatherer,
Mhm.
99% of the people on the planet right now would not know how to handle that.
For sure.
And that's basically because of the way that the world that we were brought up in.
That we've modeled.
Yeah, we never, a lot of people that are around that survive now wouldn't be around then.
For sure.
A lot of our mutations survive now. Just a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Mortality rate went up, and if you think about how drastically different our societies are today from then, it's not really a big deal. It's just because of the way we are brought up in.
How we've
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It's like now you don't even you don't have to walk a mile a day
Right,
to go like hundreds of miles.
right.
You can just walk from your house to your car and the whole world you can just travel.
Yeah,
You know, you get in your car, you can drive to California and not even just if you have enough money and stuff and
that's
your
an
debit card.
that's an expedition.
Yeah, dude. That's thousands of miles.
I think it's like 2,000, a
2,000
little over
miles.
2,000 miles from here
It's
to Cali.
just it's so extreme.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating.
Did it change it changed your view of the world big time?
For
Just
sure.
doing that?
It kind of the way I look at it is that, you know, I've really been into jazz recently. So I was using jazz as like a metaphor for society.
Mm-hmm.
In the context of jazz, you have Miles Davis, who plays super cool jazz, which is nice and slow, and there's like 2 chords per song, and that's just the rhythm section is playing these 2 chords, and Miles is like truly free because he can play literally anything he wants because of how simple and elegant like this
Right.
form is. It's super super simple,
Right.
and I apply that to me hiking in the woods. In the perspective, or like in my mind is completely free. Like I can think in any direction I want
Right.
because literally the only thing I'm worried about is hiking, just getting from point A to point B. It's super simple. I have all my food set for me. I have my sleeping stuff. Like everything's all right. I don't have to worry about payments or insurance or like what I'm doing that day being productive.
Yeah.
Literally just A to B. That's all I gotta do. So my brain was completely free of any of those thoughts
Because of the simplicity of
because
your
of the
world.
simplicity.
Yeah.
And I think when we come back to society, since it's so complex and dense, it's like bebop. It's like the super fast, the rhythm section's super fast and complex. That when John Coltrane is trying to improv over that, he sort of has like a smaller window of freedom
Yeah.
to make it sound good, you know?
Mhm.
Because it's so complex and changing, he has to move with the rhythm section as well. And he's not totally free. He has a
Right.
smaller window of freedom. And I think it's just the balance of both of them that makes it the best.
So you think
Switching from simple to more complex, back to simple.
right. So you think that it's the simplicity, the contrast of the simplicity of your world that gives you the freedom. Is that what you're saying? When you're the people who have these worlds that are very, they like spoon feed everything to us, like everybody, like our world right now, everything's very simple. We also don't have a lot of mental freedom.
Exactly. Because like, let's see here. If you're out, the best example is like jazz. I'm trying to think of like a better example that we would use in society.
Right.
Like at OCTV, you can make your TV show, but you're limited to what you can show on that TV show.
Mm-hmm.
If we do it on our own and there's absolutely zero structure, we're totally free.
Right.
You bring it to OCTV, you can't talk about global warming
Right.
and stuff like that, and you gotta keep it clean. And that's kind of like it's a more complex structure at OCTV.
Yeah.
Since you got the news,
But at the same
you
time,
got the sportscast.
but at the same time, then going to OCTV, you have all these other things that are easy to get.
For sure.
Right.
Yes.
It's
That as
easier
well.
to go through them, because they're already established. It's like you can talk about like you can kind of connect it to like advertisements and stuff like that with the TV show if you want to go that route too. Where if you go with advertisements, this is the same thing. It's easier to get money. It's easier to just get your name out there
Just
right off the bat.
Mhm.
But then they're going to be restricting things. They're going to
For sure.
they're going to have their foot in the puddle
Mhm.
too.
As soon as you have like some big sponsorship,
Yeah.
overhead, watching everything you do and shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
and society's not like doing anything wrong. It's still great to come back to society, and I can build a platform for ourselves so that we can connect with everyone in the world. Like
Right.
that would never exist
Mm-mm.
hiking, backpacking, you know?
Right.
That's what's so great about coming back to here is that you bring these simplistic views and you can apply it to the entire world.
Yeah.
I can create a software program in minutes, and obviously that's not going to happen out
Well,
there in the woods,
the
you know?
reason you're able to thoroughly enjoy and become enlightened when going out into the woods is because of the society you already know you have to fall back on.
Exactly, which is it's a balance of both.
Right. If that was your reality, that's all you had. If you were just a homeless guy, or if you were someone living 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years ago, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
there wouldn't be any contrast to it. You wouldn't have anything to compare it to. Your existence, you can't really say your existence would be shittier, because that is an assumption based on of like human happiness. Like Jared Diamond was talking about hunters and gatherers in New Guinea, and then the Europeans, Europeans with all their cargo and all their stuff, and then hunters and gatherers in New Guinea, just living off the barren landscape. There's no data or no way of saying Europeans are happier than New Guineans. And that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way of saying that they're also more intelligent.
For sure.
There's just because we have access to a different environment and we know things that they don't. The most of the world is running on this system. Doesn't mean that that's the only system.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the world couldn't go and hunt and gather like New Guineans. When it comes to their environment, they are way, way, way smarter than us.
For sure.
And that's a whole. So it's kind of just relative to your environment.
I was about to say it's very relative.
Yeah.
And it's not that this computer makes me smarter because I own it and
Right.
I designed it. It's not a measure of knowledge. The
Mhm.
technology, it's just a tool.
Right.
You can use it to be smarter. You can research hunter gathering, like figure out how to do it through this tool. But it just depends how you use this tool to make yourself a smarter person.
Right.
Just because you own it doesn't mean you're smarter. Like
Well, do you
compared to a hunter gatherer.
Do you think we're sorry, do you think human beings are smarter because of the technology that we now have overall?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the way we use them
Yeah.
as a tool set or whatever.
I mean, because we did create them to begin with.
Yes, and it brings a lot of insight when you're designing technology.
Right.
It tells a lot about ourselves, which when I interviewed the neuroscientist, Dr. Jeff Nyquist,
Yeah.
he actually brought me a lot of insight from him studying ourselves into
Right.
what computers could be designed in the future.
Okay.
So, do you want me to touch about that?
Yeah,
Just
go
a little
ahead.
bit? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's
So,
very important.
yeah, you saw the interview. He was talking about neuroplasticity.
Yeah. Well, tell him what does this guy do?
So this guy, I originally met him because there's a temporary virtual arcade in Marquette, Michigan.
Mhm.
I was like, oh fuck yeah,
For
I gotta
virtual
check this out.
reality.
Yeah, it's like $20. You get to play for an hour. You can play anything you want, and I've never tried it. And it's like the top of the line equipment. It's not your stupid little Google Cardboard,
Mhm.
VR gear, whatever bullshit.
Right.
Where it's with your phone and it like burns your eyes.
Yeah.
You know, you're like have this $500 set of goggles, and you have these little microphones or speakers in your ears.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he has these $1,000 computers, these supercomputers running this software or these libraries of games and shit. And so you're playing like the best games, and it's only $20 an hour. And anyways, he's running this thing, and I was talking to him, and I'm like, yeah, man, I just want to get involved. You guys hiring? And he's like, well, actually, I got a place next door called Neuro Trainer where we could potentially have you come in and stuff like that. But anyways, he started telling me about Neuro Trainer and what they do there. He's a cognitive neuroscientist. And so what he does is that he's repairing neuro pathways in your brain, whether you've damaged them in a car accident or had a concussion
Yeah.
or along the sort of lines of that. He's pretty much repairing your brain. He's rewiring where your neurons are going and shit like that. And he's doing that by showing you visuals that fire off these neuron pathways.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a certain part of your brain right here, whatever cortex or something is damaged, he just sends it a bunch of signals, and the more signals it gets, it becomes stronger because the pathways are used more.
Right.
And he does that all visually through VR, through
Yeah.
little games that he didn't touch about, but I'm sure is like pretty confidential because that's his thing. He doesn't want people to poach it or whatever, you know. But so he's throwing these tests at you that are fighting off these pathways that's like repairing your brain,
Right.
which is insane. And where was I going with this?
Well, just what he's doing there.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's
And you got an interview with him.
yeah, and I got an interview with him, and
He's gonna
it's
be
my
on.
first interview, and he has a doctorate, and he's
Yeah.
like cutting edge neuroscience, like moving to Cali. I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit,
This is big.
so nervous.
Well, he'll
and-
be on the 3rd episode of the Millennial Show that's
for
coming
sure.
out.
You have to check it out.
Yep, definitely look into that. We'll be releasing that, and we'll let you guys know when that comes out, because
Mhm.
these podcasts will be definitely to you before that.
Yeah.
So I
But,
think it's awesome.
But anyways, I was gonna apply it to computer science. This idea that pretty much your brain is a computer, you know?
Right.
And in a hard drive right now, everything is set in stone. Imagine it's like a skyscraper, and in each room in a skyscraper is like a piece of information that you're using. That's how it's like stored.
Mhm.
So you're flying up and down this elevator, and you have to grab some of this information, fly to this floor, grab some of that, and then leave the building and like give it to the rest of the computer, like, oh, this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
All the pathways are the exact same speed to like get shit, like,
Okay.
and that's not how your brain's actually working. Is that your brain, it's more dynamic in the sense that the more you use it, the stronger the pathways are.
Okay.
So if you think of it like right now, the computer is like a skyscraper. The elevator travels the same exact speed to every single room, and you're like, it's just the same speed.
Yeah.
Let's say, what would be a good example? Let's just say it's a skyscraper again, but now what you're doing is that the things that you use the most would be at like the bottom floor. So it's like faster access to it.
You can get to him quicker.
Yeah, you can get to it a lot quicker. And so the more you use this one piece of information on floor 20, you've used it like 30 times. So you're going to put it all the way at the bottom floor. And now you're accessing it super fast.
Yeah.
And that's dynamic because where it's stored is like constantly changing.
Yeah.
But your brain is different in the sense that the more you use it, the bigger the neuron pathway and easier to travel it is.
Is that
and
is
connecting
that
in different
is that
ways.
through algorithms too? That they're moving around by how often you access them, the
Yeah.
lower level they are. Is that
That would see that's it's kind of like a bad example because you could easily implement that on a computer,
uh-huh.
and that's probably not what's going on inside your brain. There's something way more complex and dense
Okay.
that's going on, or else we would have already incorporated it in our phones and
Right.
computers and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's just in the sense that the more you use this pathway to this information, the bigger the pathway is going to be.
The easier it is to
The easier it
access.
is to access it.
So it's just a practice, kind of a meditation
Yeah,
to get to there.
for sure.
Okay.
And like, it's just the more you use it, the easier it is.
What was that like talking to that guy, man?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was.
It came off good. I saw the interview.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
It was really like eye-opening. He gave me a lot of insight,
Yeah.
and I just want to talk to him more, man.
Let's get him on the
I
podcast.
just want to pick his brain
Yeah.
for hours. Like you
Mhm.
could literally just talk to this guy about. It doesn't even have to be neuroscience, man. He's just. You could tell he's a smart guy. He's very well-rounded.
Yeah.
And he's also has a specialty, so he can bring this specialty and apply it to all the different fields.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
Well, that's what I think is really important, is being well-rounded. I mean, you talk to that guy, and it's totally different than talking to just anybody.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about the whole idea of a secret society, which is, as it sounds, it's silly, but these people, they're not all in touch, but there is a percentage of people in the world that just do things just the right way. You know what I mean?
It's
It's
something they figured out.
they're just doing things right. They're not wasting time. They're into things. They have things going, and when you talk to them, you can feel that. There's something there. There's an energy to them that just it inspires you.
It's passion, man.
Yeah,
A lot of it's passion.
it's amazing, and we gotta. It's so important for for these people to be really established, like throughout our culture, for people to like, you notice how like Neil deGrasse Tyson is a scientist, but he's also like a celebrity.
Yeah.
People know him. People who don't have a passion for astronomy know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is.
Even though he really hasn't discovered or anything, he's just
No, he's just an interesting guy, a good
Yeah.
character,
yeah.
and he's cool to talk to. He's fun to listen to. He's entertaining, and I think that's great. We need more and more people bringing positive things like that are becoming popular, because
Sure.
there's so many just people. We were talking about the Bruce Jenner thing,
Bruce Jenner.
or Caitlyn Jenner. I'm gonna get nuked for that. Caitlyn Jenner. You don't even know, so you don't even care. He's the fucking
Caitlyn Jenner.
Bruce Jenner was the Olympic athlete that got a sex change, went to, and now he's Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, that was a
I didn't even
huge
know
thing.
that. How-
See, you
when-
don't give a
When
fuck.
was this, man?
Oh, like over the last year, man.
Oh,
He
I
was-
don't pay attention to that
He was a
shit.
super good Olympic athlete, and then he just decided to become a woman. And
He's getting shit on.
no, everyone accepts. A lot of people accepted it,
Oh.
and that's great.
Uh-huh.
I think that's great, but
It's still got
What-
a bunch of attention.
that's it.
That's all.
What is he doing? What is fucking Caitlyn Jenner doing to deserve all this goddamn attention? What?
Yeah.
He got his dick chopped off. He got his dick chopped off. He's got tits now.
He should
He
get a
got
trophy for getting his dick chopped.
He's on the cover of Vanity Fair. He's all over the place. He did nothing.
No,
It's stupid.
it is stupid.
That's
People
where-
are self-obsessed.
And then we're just following all these celebrity dating things and all this bullshit.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
And we need to go through a whole new stage of cultural evolution where that just becomes bullshit. And
Yeah.
everyone knows it, and no one gives a fuck. And that if you just do something actually cool and you contribute to society, then you get attention.
Yeah.
And then more people are inspired for the right reasons, and people aren't trying to just look cool and do outrageous shit to get money and get fame.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, yeah, you know, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
this-
You know what? There's no doubting Miley Cyrus is a talented person,
Mm-hmm.
but she got all her attention when she became outrageous,
Mm-hmm.
and she did nothing. She just became crazy. She already had eyes on her, and she just went fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, "Look at all this," and she benefited. She knew what she was doing. I mean, so when we see someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson getting what?
Remember Chew?
Oh yeah. When you see someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson getting all this attention, I'm all for it, man.
For sure, man. Like,
And I don't know of any other big people, scientists, like you talk about. What are some other
Oh.
ones?
I'm not really a scientist, but someone who like really spreads his fame that I adore is Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's so cool how he just like he brings his buddies in and he advertises.
What
for
I
them.
like
He's so humble, man.
What I like about Joe Rogan is that he doesn't play any part. Like, he doesn't dress up in a suit. He doesn't wear fucking spectacles, and like, cause he's smart as shit.
Mhm.
And then he's super smart, and he dresses how he wants, and he fucking says things how he wants. He doesn't use an overactive
He's just
vocabulary.
himself, man.
He's just himself, and he makes all these positive things seem cool. You know,
Mhm.
he's into science. He's talking to scientists, and then he brings it out in his own personality, and he brings it down for the masses very well.
Mm-hmm.
He's great at that. That's what he's best at.
That's his job, man. That's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we're going. You remember, like, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even, there was like the nerd. Everyone who was smart was a nerd. Everyone who was a science, like, they even had the stereotype where they were the chess geeks, and dude,
Oh,
got
yeah.
they, acne
Robotics.
and fucking no pussy, all that shit,
Mm-hmm.
dude. They made science and being smart and being into this stuff seem like just
flawed and
it's not right. You're
yeah,
not, dude. You're a
you're
loser.
the outcast.
Yeah, you're a loser.
Hmm.
And I don't think that. I think that's really going away.
You think so?
I do.
Really?
I think that's going away.
Why? Why do you think that is?
I don't know why it is.
The massive advance of like technology and like
I just see
smartphone.
I just see I see a lot more people being open about what they're into. It's like now it's cool to be different. It's cool to be different.
You think
Like,
it's because of our age?
you think it's because of us that we're coming into it?
I don't know.
Hmm.
We'd have to talk to some high schoolers. or
Yeah,
some
man,
shit,
we'd have to
you
go
know?
see. Hey, you guys know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is?
I'm
Who the fuck is that, man?
sure there was those kids. So
For sure, but I don't see any media or movies or anything like that really portraying that whole thing
that
anymore.
like images and shit like that of
Like the football jock is so cool. The dumb football jock who's
Oh,
failing
man.
classes and
football is huge.
It's huge. It's huge. But I don't think anyone thinks it's cool to not give a shit anymore. You know what I mean? That was the whole thing. Is I don't give a fuck. That was the cool thing. I don't think that. I mean, look at like the rap culture now. Like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
Like there's no doubt, dude. That guy's smart as shit.
yeah,
You can see it in his lyrics. You can see it in his interviews, and that's what
very true.
everyone's listening to. He's huge.
Then you also have pop and what's his name, Pitbull.
Oh
shit like
God,
that.
that guy's awful.
And in a way, man, music is becoming a lot more shallow.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kendrick's holding it together, like for right now with rap.
Oh, I hope he does.
But everything else is like that's where algorithms come into play too. It's that they literally know frequencies and tempos.
Yeah.
Get people start bobbing their head and
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
And start liking the music and they're like, oh yeah, this is good.
Mhm.
Like listen to my channel more.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're making lots of money off concerts and shitty ass songs that just super general and basic that just apply to the most people.
Yeah.
And the only way that it can apply, you have a song that applies to most people is if it's like very shallow.
Right.
Because everyone has their different ideas of the world and opinions. That if it's super basic and simple and 4 beats a measure,
Yeah.
the whole song,
With
it's,
like,
it's easy to, it's catchy. It's easy and
see, like, yeah. And I'm
it's
really
shallow.
at the same time. I'm really curious. I'm wondering if my and yours as well. I see. Like, we're not really interested in pop culture. We don't really listen to the radio because we don't get it. It's like, oh, dude, this is garbage.
Yeah.
Are we falling into the trap?
Close-minded.
Are we falling into the trap where we're expanding anymore? Where we're, you're expanding, going back. You're listening to jazz and classical and all the stuff from the past, and you're listening to some good stuff from now and from the 90s and the early 2000s. But now, as I've gotten
Are we
older,
digressing?
yeah, are we closing our minds off? I mean, there's no doubt most of the kids that listen to this are not listening to the stuff you're listening to, but that's not an excuse to not listen to their shit.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Do we not like it because we're not used to it? Because like techno music, I can't get into it.
I've tried, man.
Mhm.
I really tried.
I really tried.
Mhm.
There's a few.
And that was kind of like the person I just wrote down with. Just it's like all they listen to, just electric music and electric
You say it
forest.
really quiet.
But,
Hopefully she
like-
doesn't hear me say this.
But I'm just like, fuck. It's the same every time.
What's it called? Electric Forest?
Electric Forest, yeah. It's like in Michigan, north of Grand Rapids. Where it's kind of like a hippie movement. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's different. They literally have these tiny ass little plots where you camp for like the whole weekend. You pay
Mhm.
like $300, and there's raves
Yeah.
constantly all day, and everyone takes drugs, and there's like lights going, and like everyone that takes drugs absolutely loves Electric Forest 'cause that's what you do there.
Yeah. The raves, dude, I can't get into the raves.
know.
Fuck that.
I know, but we should try.
No.
We really should.
I'm not getting into raves, dude. I'm not doing it.
We have to, man.
I'm not going to a rave. I will listen to the rave
Caravan
music.
Palace was along the lines of that.
Mhm.
When I went and saw that at Crowfoot,
Yeah.
they didn't have quite the light show, but they had electric music and they had synthesizers. But they brought like jazz to
Yeah.
techno, which was cool.
Well, if the music's still good, if it's not just a show, if there's still music, there's substance there, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I guess you got to be okay with, you got to accept that you're not going to be into everything that's good. It's some of it is a preference. You have certain preferences. Well, when you get into music, then you can start going into science again with neuroscience. Why do you? I don't know. Like, why do you like this kind of music?
Yeah.
What makes you have this preference for this kind of music?
It's weird, man. Like,
Why do I like Bruce Springsteen so much and you like Modest Mouse so much, but we don't like each other's, but then every other thing we like that we each other like.
It's
What
really
is
weird.
it?
And that's kind of like when I was talking about pop culture. It's very simple, like
Yeah.
the songs. Modest Mouse is very simple.
Uh-huh.
Even their tracks, they only have 4 chords, but just the way he puts these chords,
Yeah.
it's different. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I think it has to do with passion.
Yeah.
I think the pop culture, they're doing it with the incentive of money.
Yeah.
So there's no passion behind it at all. It's just a driving beat to
Yeah.
get people dancing. And Modest Mouse is there because he's like a teacher, man. He's telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
And
I wonder, when you listen to Modest Mouse, you get a feeling like that
you're connecting with him.
you're in love. You love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's changed the way you look at music, the way you look at the world. It inspired the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
With these new generations or with the new music,
Mm-hmm.
with the kids who listen to pop culture, that's all they listen to. If they're getting the same feeling that you're getting from Modest Mouse out of that music, then more power to them.
For sure.
But if they're just listening to it because that's what's there, they don't have to look. That's just what everyone's listening to. Oh, it's simple. Okay, well, you're listening to this. I'll just listen to this.
It's very tricky to figure out, like, to put yourself in the mind of them and like really like know what's going on.
I'm actually on the side to say that they probably do, because throughout the past, okay, the Beach Boys, they were pop culture.
Yeah, man.
They were pop culture, and we love the Beach Boys.
But their best stuff was the stuff that the pop culture didn't like.
Right. What the fuck are you doing? What's up? All right. Such a dickhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so the Beach
You
Boys.
got a bottle? I gotta pee.
You gotta take it. The Beach Boys were pop culture, and then like Third Eye Blind in the '90s, that was on the radio, and the Peppers at a time were on the radio all the time. They still are.
There's a fine line, man.
Yeah,
Super.
There's definitely.
It's wiggly.
It's
wiggly
super
line.
wiggly, man. There's definitely some stuff coming out right now, in the midst of all the 4 chords repeat stuff shit, that is really good.
Yeah, and there's some that plays on the radio on those on the 95.5 or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
93.7, 955, all that shit.
There's still quality there, but you're searching through all this bullshit.
I think
it's so much bullshit you got to sort through.
And it might have been like that always.
Yeah,
It might have always been like that, and that we just had someone show us all the good shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep, the top 10% of each genre.
And there's no doubt the '90s though, man.
But you're finding these periods of times that were very innovative. Like the jazz, the 20s to the 60s was like super innovative.
Economically,
politically, technologically, quantum physics, like everything was just super innovative. It was just like this streak of time where everything was innovative.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Can't say any other way.
And then the music reflects that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's very weird.
There's a correlation between
everything.
Yeah, the arts and the sciences and the politics. That everything's going well, good things are coming out.
Yeah. And
sometimes, but then on the other side, you look at the rap music. That is, all these rap artists are coming out of very, very harsh environments. You know, living in poverty,
institutionalized.
Yeah, they're having really rough upbringings. You know, very violent and unstable, and then they come out of it and they're just wicked, man. They're just good.
They just tear up the world.
And I don't know.
How does that build up?
Where does that fit in with this whole everything's going good, music does well, too? Except for this portion where when they have a really tough time, they end up doing well as well.
I think it's It's the passion, man. I think it's to get out of the ghetto. It's that drive.
Yeah.
They have a very strong drive to make it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what Kendrick rapped about in like To Pimp a Butterfly. Like he sang Mad City, he made it. He was there. He was on top of the rap game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then he like realized like he was the evils of Lucy, like money and hotel or like big mansions and fancy cars. Like he got there, then he realized it wasn't everything that he thought it was. Like he had this set goal. And he's like, I just need to make it, and he made it there. And he's like,
Now what?
this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I have everything. I'm still sad. Like what's going on?
Right.
Is there some other purpose of life?
Yeah.
And that's like To Pimp a Butterfly. He talks about, is it in money? Is it in woman? Or is it in mankind? He's just questioning and he's confused, and
I'm curious.
beautiful, man.
What's his new what is his rebuttal now with his new album? He came out with two since To Pimp a Butterfly. He came out with that
Untitled,
Untitled, yeah, and then his newest one. I don't know what it's
Damn.
called. Damn.
It's just called Damn. I'm pretty sure.
Damn. I figured it
Damn.
out. Damn. That's it.
Damn.
This is it. This is what I gotta do. I love him, man.
Yeah, and I love Wesley's theory. He has that call from Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
I don't remember word for word what he says, but it's like
No, it's not a call from Dr. Dre. It's from Tupac, right? At the end.
Very first song.
Oh.
Wesley's theory, the very first one.
Okay.
You know, and what Dre says is that it's easy to get here, but it's hard to stay here. You know.
Oh yeah. I know.
I don't know what
He says, I thought you was keeping it gangster. Is that the part? Dude, I'm messing around. Fuck.
He was saying, there's just a call. It's like, it's easy to make it, but it's hard to keep it, motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
and then it cuts
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
My name's Lucy. I'm your dog.
Okay.
Motherfucker, you can live at the mall.
Okay, yeah. Oh man, yeah, you got me wanting to listen to that album now.
But it was just so cool because he like wrote this poem about like he was conflicted between all sorts of things, and he thought he was there, and he's still conflicted and depressed and shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's what that whole album's about, man. Like he made it, but it's like Alan Watts with the bag. You're chasing this bag,
searching for the goodie.
Yeah, searching for that goodie all the way through school, and you finally make it there, and you open it up, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing inside the pouch of goodies.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck did I just do with my whole life?
Yeah.
It's all a dance.
Yeah. Yeah, even, a lot of the entrepreneurs are saying they're talking bad about an education too.
Really?
Yeah, like Elon Musk is
not like colleges and like
college. I watched a video today of a bunch of these entrepreneurs, and they were saying like, why did you spend $25,000 a year or whatever and put all your time and energy and get straight A's? What did you do that for? Well, why?
Mm-hmm.
And when
just to get that diploma, that fancy piece of paper.
Yeah, but like that's not what makes, like, Elon Musk didn't go to college.
He did?
I don't think so.
Did he drop out or something?
I don't think he even went, man.
Really?
I think he came out of high school, and then I'm pretty sure out of high school he started a startup with his brother, and then
PayPal or whatever.
Led to PayPal, and then led to a bunch of shit. But I don't think that's not where education is, not where the ideas come from. You're learning ideas of other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it does create a foundation, but you don't need education to get that. I'm not trying to down education. I just think it's ridiculous how expensive it is.
Yeah.
That's why I think community college is so. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
So I think community.
You literally
college
hear everything in the house with this. Like I heard like a faucet turn.
Yeah.
I hear like chairs moving upstairs.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's right.
It's my fucking dad. He's being a weird ass. But. Hey, shut the fuck up.
We'll let the chicken out, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's grad.
Butcher that fucker.
It's grad, dude.
It's grad. He reincarnated into a chicken.
Yeah.
Grad.
I don't think that that's where the ideas come from. I think the ideas come from someone
passionate.
Passionate, yeah, for sure. Dude, can you like go through a podcast without interrupting?
Thank
Holy
you.
shit. God.
You want some of this?
No. He thinks
I don't
he's
think
so
this thing's
funny.
tasty.
But Jesus.
Get rid of that thing.
I'm
Who
good
knows
at
where
that.
it's been?
Yeah, it's in his hands. So
But man, we just got distracted.
yeah, big time. What an asshole.
Oh, we're talking about Kendrick and
Education.
Education.
Yeah.
So how I view education, or at least this is totally just based on me, so maybe biased, but
For sure.
it gave
you
me
are,
that
yeah.
structure to pretty much just think, to be open-minded,
Right.
and take in a ton of information and sort out the bullshit.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I got from college.
Most people aren't you though.
I know.
This is
Everyone's
the
different.
Here's the problem is that it's a dick thing to say, but dude, most people are just fucking stupid. They're not. It's not their fault, but most people just don't.
I got an ad.
They just don't give a shit. They just don't care, and they just want an A because everyone is supposed to get an A.
Yeah, it's fucked. Which
And-
I didn't really care for grades, man.
Yeah.
If I like knew the material, I would slack off like with homework and shit. And
Yeah.
I was never on top of my grades. But,
Right.
Yeah, so many people that's their incentive, just to get an A. That's what
Yeah.
you go to college for.
That's not the point.
Is to ace a class, because that's what education teaches you.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I don't know what the way around it is. I really think we're fucked. I really do. I'm getting really negative, but
we have to teach. It's literally a foundation where you have to teach everyone, ranging from, because everyone's different. Everyone has different opinions and outlooks on the world. You have to apply to every single person in the world
right.
when you come to school in this class. Like, everyone has to understand it. And I think at that point it becomes a little more shallow.
Everyone has to come to the table caring for the first part.
Yeah.
90% of them don't actually care.
Yeah.
Everyone has a bad outlook on this. When did the idea of adding knowledge to your brain become boring? When did that become something that is not fun? When did the idea of, oh, I gotta learn today, I gotta learn more things about this place,
Yeah.
I gotta learn more things that help me understand.
I'm guilty of that too. Like,
I am too,
think
yeah.
everyone is.
But I don't, my thought process when I was there, I don't know why I thought that. And I don't think I ever questioned it. I just think I just associated it with learning and I just didn't give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard, but I think, and schools definitely make it boring too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you already have a foundation where you know what the purpose of learning this is and you know why you're doing it, then when it becomes, when some guy sits up on the podium and starts talking the monotone voice about this shit, you're able to look past it and just take in the information.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where everyone's got to be. Then nobody can opt out on your education, or I don't even know the right way to say it, but nobody can look at it that way. Everyone's going to look at it in their own way, no matter who's teaching it. They're not going to ruin it for them.
No.
I've seen teachers in high school and even in college that have potential to ruin a whole subject for somebody because of the way that they teach it.
For sure.
That's a lot of power.
Yeah.
If
I've
you-
had that before too.
Yeah.
I've had physical geography last semester.
What are you doing?
I don't know. You take that from me.
Physical geography?
Yeah, physical geography. I had this teacher, absolutely loves environmental science and so passionate about it, but just the way she she was so scattered
Yeah.
and just zero structure at all for teaching, which you need a little bit of structure.
Yeah.
She was talking about one subject and then she'd jump to something else and then she would contradict herself here because she actually said it backwards.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, you're trying to listen to her and you can't because she's so contradicting in how she puts things. Like, she'll mean to say one thing and something else comes out that was actually wrong. She's, oh, just kidding. That's actually not what I meant. It's actually this. And then it's like, yeah, yeah. And constantly, every day. And it's like, you have this trail of thought and you can imagine like a river, and it's flowing steady, and
And then
it's
all of a
nice and gentle, and all of a sudden there's a dam. She's like, oh shit, actually we're going this way.
yeah.
And
And
then,
then you
oh
don't
shit,
know
we're going back
you
here,
don't
then
know
through here.
how to backtrack perfectly. Like, okay, what up to what point were you wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she totally just like destroys the stream
Yeah.
of thought, and it makes it hard to keep thinking and
Yeah.
shit like that. It's
Well, also along the lines of teachers who bully people. We have
Intellectually.
had a few of them intellectually bully, or they want people to fail. Like they just come in and they say, "Oh, this is how hard my class is going to be."
yes.
Blah blah blah. Why is it when someone becomes an expert at something, in order to become an expert at something, that person already has to have passion for it. That person already has to love it and have a drive to get to where they're at. And then when they get in that position of power to now pass on their knowledge, they do it all wrong. Why is it when you become an expert, you just make things boring?
I don't know. I think it's egotistic.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm a specialist at this, and I went a long time into going to do this,
Right.
and it was hard. It was a struggle.
Yeah.
So it has to be really, really hard for you. I'm not gonna try and make it easy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so it's like your teachers are like trying to make you struggle, which is good. You want to struggle a little bit so you learn it yourself, but they're going over the top and like, oh, this is so hard. You shouldn't understand it right now, but I'm just gonna throw all this information at you and you just deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, because it was hard for me to get.
And then they just expect you to go home and figure it out.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not a teacher.
No.
You have to put it simple, and you should struggle because that practices like critical thinking.
Yeah.
And
it creates individuality.
You're thinking for yourself.
Yeah.
But you should understand the material.
Well, yeah, man. I had something to say about it.
That's why teaching is like an art form, you know? It's different for each
Well,
person.
also these teachers, if you're teaching a class, or you're a professor or a teacher at a college or a high school or whatever, you're teaching this class and you're running through it once every 4 months, 3 months, 5 months, whatever. I don't know. Every semester, every trimester, whatever, every quarter. You're teaching this class and you're just regurgitating information. If you've been teaching for 20 years, dude, you gotta
be good.
Yeah, but you gotta be bored of it.
Yeah.
You gotta be bored. I mean, sometimes they're not. Sometimes that the passion of them to teach people this thing is what overtakes all that. You know, keep regurgitating the same stuff, just the repetitiveness. They look past it, but I think a lot of them just kind of
go through the motions.
Yeah, man, I got to teach this all over again. I already know it like back of my hand. I got to do this every day,
which is hard.
That's why I don't really want to be a teacher.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I just want to. It's a very noble thing. You know, we're playing devil's advocate, picking on the educators of the world, which is very important job.
Yeah, it's like
very
one
important.
of the most important. You know.
Yeah.
But it's a hard job.
Yeah, very hard. Well, you were talking about that one guy that was a dick at your
English teacher
with
the hat.
I don't understand the rules, man.
The very strict rules.
What about the rules in a classroom environment? Like no hats, no chewing gum, no cell phones. Shit, like I guess I get the no cell phones, but no hats.
Yeah, I don't.
Why?
I don't know.
You're just being an asshole.
Yeah, it's just it's to tell you that I'm boss.
Yeah.
You know?
No chewing gum. Why? Because fucking
some people.
So what? Yeah. Then just say, hey man, just don't chew gum like that. That's all you gotta say. You don't have to be.
You're not allowed to chew gum.
Yeah.
But you can. You're good at it.
Right. Or just say don't chew it like that. I don't know. It just I think a lot of the things with schools is I never liked an atmosphere in a school. Personally,
like in a classroom.
Yeah, or just like, you know, the hallways are just fucking white walls, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the carpet's just the same. It's just there's a few pictures on the wall. You go in a classroom, 30 desks, all the same, white walls, whiteboard, chalkboard, and a fucking teacher. And it's like, dude, this is so uninspiring. This is so like, well, why do I want to be here? This is a boring place.
Yeah, it's true. How do you fix that, huh?
You make it better.
Make it better.
Put up some paintings.
You put Africa in every college room.
Yeah.
Honestly, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
If I'm learning history and I'm in the colonial times with
Yeah.
fucking wagons around me, and we're all like dressed like colonials.
Yeah,
Dude, that'd be
dude.
fucking
That'd be
awesome.
sweet. They need to
It'd be so
transform
cool.
it. It'd be like one of those genius art schools in California that those kids go to.
What's that?
There's some schools around, I think it's mostly in California,
Mm-hmm.
where you can send your prodigy kid or whatever.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of money, you can send your kid there, and they're just allowed to express themselves. It's like one of those schools where it's like High School Musical for sure. Like they're like singing and shit down the hallway.
Everyone's happy.
That's where that's happening at, man.
Like Cali.
Yeah,
They just record people. They didn't even have to set up a set for the film and everything.
They should, man. Like Bill Burr had a skit about it. I think it was Bill Burr, or something like that. Where he was like talking about those schools, and he was like, they're going through the lunch line, and they're like, coleslaw for lunch. What's next week? Or something like that. Like they're singing, like they're just so
Talking to
peppy
everyone.
about shit, and like that's an environment. Like it's a very free environment. If those places really exist like that, that's how all education should be.
For sure.
Because I mean, that's yeah.
Just to make you excited about it.
Yeah, they
Anything
need
that you can do.
they need to make it as flexible as possible. Instead of making everything very standardized and then putting a ton of kids who all think differently, all have different goals, different outviews, brought up by different people, different ideas about how to learn, different ideas about what the world is, coming in there, and you're going to change their minds or whatever. And then having everything be the same, and just everyone gets the same test, same teacher. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, regurgitating.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
You learn more on your own.
You do. But then most kids wouldn't do it. If you didn't have to go to school, most people wouldn't have the push.
Schedule.
They just wouldn't want to learn because they already. Then this comes back to the going to the table with what attitude.
Yeah.
So it's a big fucking mess, man.
It really is.
But I'm really excited about the Millennial show, man.
Yeah, man. This is like we're doing it.
Yeah, I'm
Today.
really looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. We'll have our own website coming up soon.
Yep. Do we have
And-
any idea what that's going to be called? You're in charge of that shit. We'll probably have to surf around.
Millennials, man.
Is it already
TheMillennialsShow.com. I don't know.
Millennial something? Well,
That's just-
the podcast is going to be on there along with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out for sure. There'll be a lot of different things for you guys to check out on there.
We want to create a flexible environment for learning.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing.
We're gonna fix the world.
One website at a time.
One website at a time. One episode.
One episode.
We I went and saw. So far we have an astrophysicist, a future astrophysicist,
Mm-hmm.
juggler. He's a juggler, future
Fucking
astrophysicist.
beaver traps and knives
It's
and
insane.
Axes.
It's fucking insane. He's on the show. Check
Guns.
that out.
He's got fucking
He's
guns.
just insane, man. Very cool guy.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be on there. We got your neuroscientist.
Doctorate.
Yep.
Jeff Nyquist.
We got our grandpa, which we had to bring him on. No, and it's not just because he's our grandpa. He's just a cool guy.
He's fucking amazing.
He's
dude.
a really cool
He's
guy.
not an ordinary person.
No, definitely check out his morning routine. What this fucking guy does every morning. He's 80 years old.
Fucking stud.
He's a stud.
rappelling. Goes
Yeah.
rappelling.
I know he went rappelling with us. It's
Yeah.
insane. And we got a shitload of other stuff coming.
Dude, he's bouncing down that fucking cliff. People used to shoot fucking bullets at me while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
He's like going down it.
Yeah.
Like, no, doesn't care. His knees are just like fucking wobbling.
Giving out. It's just, dude, I thought he was
pushing
gonna.
through it, man.
He
Just
didn't care.
pure willpower.
The
Like, I
second
bet you
he would stumble, he would just start letting go more. And he's just, I'm gonna keep
and he's
going.
got his hands like up here. I'm like, oh, keep him on your hip. Keep him on your hip.
He doesn't
They're
even-
just like, he doesn't give a fuck, dude.
No,
he's
he's
not
just-
scared to die or
No, he's
anything.
just going for it, man.
Yeah, he's top dog, man.
So yeah, that's a great segment. And then there's a lot of shit with us.
yeah, man.
So if you like
Fillers
listening to
and-
this, we're on there a lot.
it'd be cool.
It's gonna be good.
Very exciting.
So,
Very, very exciting.
but what I noticed about doing this is what we were talking about, just interesting people. That's
Mhm.
all we want to do is just bring more interesting people.
We're looking at just everyone we see differently now. It's
Yeah.
like,
Can
it's
I?
kind of weird. Like, hey, what can you bring to our table?
Yeah. What do
You
you?
know?
And I ran into one of my buddies who's starting an organic farm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get him.
That's so cool, man.
That's
like,
very cool.
That's just the different way you look at the world to like just be so humble and
Yep.
just grow organic crops and do the right thing.
That's a
man.
great one.
Like that's so much hard work every day. You're waking up super early.
Yeah.
You're plowing
Talk
fields.
about tunnel vision, man.
Yeah,
He's got to really care about this one aspect of the world
Yeah.
to just put all your time and energy into
man.
making vegetables organically.
And the reason you're doing that is so people eat healthier.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
He probably enjoys farming and everything. You got to enjoy it.
For sure.
We also have one of our other buddies. We're going to try to get him starting a solar power company. That's a huge one.
That's very fast.
So we're waiting for them to get things ramped up and put together because they started it, I believe, this summer, maybe a little bit before.
Yeah.
They were talking about it for a while. I don't know. But
it's launching.
It's launching. So we're going to catch it in its upstage and bring that. It's going to be cool.
So everything's... I feel like it's going to be a very innovative next 10, 15 years, man.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
The passion's there. It's like...
Well, it's not us that's making it. It's all these people. We can't do it without all the people.
For sure.
That's why
society.
Yeah, so that's why we're not going to go with a sponsor and advertisement and stuff like that.
Zero. Absolutely no advertisement.
None of that shit. You guys are our fucking advertisers.
Yes.
You guys are the ones that are going to fund it. You guys are the ones that are going to let us know if you want more.
Keep us in line, man.
Yep. Let us know what you want. And, we'll have ways for you guys to get in touch with us to let us know what you're doing, because if you're around here, or even if you're not that close by, but you have something really cool and you share it with us, man, we will make it happen.
Yes,
we'll bring it on.
For sure.
So definitely.
And the way we're going to set this up is that if we end up going big and making money, that the way we make money is our viewers.
Right.
So they're the ones supporting us. And if we're doing a shitty job, they're not going to support us anymore.
Right.
And that might happen once we get money.
Sure.
Like we can just sit around and do whatever the fuck we want. We can travel, just sip margaritas on the beach,
Yeah.
We could do that. That's potential, but
what is that? That is,
we don't know. So
yeah,
it's just set up for a way that we continue to work and the evils of Lucy don't get to us.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. You want to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, that was good. You're going to be home for a while. We're going to be working on this. So we're doing it.
Love the microphone, man. We got to do this.
We're going to
day.
Yeah, we'll do it a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that was the 4th episode with Joe. Probably the 5th one will be with Joe. 6th one will be with Joe.
You think we can get 3 people on here? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. You can get a triple splitter. Yeah.
Triple splitter. We can do one microphone.
For sure. Or we got to get a way for we can get 2 mics or 3 mics hooked up.
We need an interface.
We'll figure it out.
Our next investment.
So help us out. We need money. No, just kidding. No. So yeah, we'll be coming back. So thank you guys for listening to the Millennials podcast. We'll see you guys soon. Ha 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 ha!